Good evening, everyone. Well, everyone who's not here yet, so going to just kind of hang on for a bit and see if people appear once they get the notification, and then we'll have a look at some different new stuff. Right. And a vanishing pool.
Yeah, because I'm I have to change my clothes.
Yeah, I'm Mark. I'm in the farming agency approved attire, courtesy of Braven. The bit that everyone that's getting super excited about this mod seems to forget, the Braven bit.
Yeah, isn't it funny though that some big modders just forget about to say on how they managed to do so?
Oh no, they just did it. They just did it.
Really?
Yeah, they're just that good. They're just that good.
Wow.
So, you know.
I would try to join.
Okay.
Okay. So with me this evening, we have Paul, who's in front of me, and Raina, who is going to appear at some point soon. Say hello, gents.
Hello.
My ears.
I just found out that you can load up custom sounds for the thing.
Yeah, but where's the soundboard anyways?
Can I mute him?
You have to open the voice. You have to click on the voice channel you're in, and then on the bottom left there's a small square with notes in it, musical notes, and there are 6 prefab Discord sounds, and you can.
That's really good.
You can add your own sounds.
I'm really glad you found that.
Now the floodgates are open.
I joined a little. I didn't. Did I join? I was rewatching a little bit of Paul's last stream with subtitles on, and I heard you doing sound effects.
I'm so happy about it.
You just have a few minutes.
You have Nitro. Do you have more sounds with that?
Yeah, because of all the other Discords where I'm on that have custom sounds.
Okay.
I'm very tempted just to mute him.
For the inappropriate moments, we now have a duck.
Nine! Don't mute me.
I'll just edit it out when it goes to YouTube. It's fine.
No, those are not non YouTube problem.
No, they would just annoy me if I was joining to watch it.
Okay.
The power of YouTube means I can just remove them all. It's fine. While we wait for the endless synchronization. It's weird because it's normally me that's the one causing this.
Yeah.
Looks like a bunch of the guys from my Discord have appeared, plus Braven, as we were just speaking about. These very cool clothes. It's really bad that I think it's quite bad. It's also quite cool that the t-shirt he's done of my logo looks better than my attempt to do one with my logo on.
Yeah, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and he did it. He did a much better job of picking out the bits to bring in. So
I really have to give it a try.
There's a really, really handy tutorial in German. I can't remember who it's by though, but you need Photoshop.
Don't mention this.
No, there's a really, really, really good one that's been promoted on Facebook by a certain alien that's got really loads of views, which was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know why there's so few people only watching it, because they already know how to do it, maybe.
For me, it's got quite a lot of views, so it's.
Oh, you meant it that way.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, it's for one of my videos, it's done really well. It's one of my best performing ones of a little while. So, I suspect that a lot of people won't even touch doing it themselves because they're probably scared of it being too complicated. I think they will rely on other people doing packs that interest them.
Yeah, what really annoyed me was that I saw some special modders who just posted stuff and did not mention that it is from Braven at all.
Yep.
They just said, "Oh, look what I made! I made my 82 Studio." Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't name him.
And other people then going, "How do you do that?"
Yeah.
And yeah, it's quite disappointing. So I'm sorry if there's echo eagles. I think it might be the horns that are going off in the background.
Horns? Where?
Yeah, I just checked. There's no echo in my
Okay.
stream.
Cool. It's
Maybe you got it open twice.
anyway.
If there's a lot of echo, maybe it's on your end, Eagles.
It's hopefully not on my end, so
As we haven't had any echoes at all.
yeah. I assuming that's you, Double D. I do plan to do a pack of stuff with my branding on when I've got time to sit and do it properly. The tutorial that I put together was quite rushed because the mod came out while I was at work. I came home after a 14-hour day and worked out how to use it, and then did the video the next morning after asking Braven loads of questions to do with how you use paint.net, not actually how you use the mod.
Oh, not good, not good.
Because the hard
with the Dutch, hey!
the hard bit was paint.net. It was not anything to do with farm sim. So, but I did get it sorted. So
Didn't you use it before?
I have, but not to do. I've not used the magic wand very much.
Okay.
To get the selection of things, and it was that I was struggling with because my logo, which I can't zoom in on because we've got a different third-person view, is quite complicated. And getting it to select everything didn't work very well. So, but Braven gave me some tips, which I then included. So, I keep flashing a certain mod that's off to my side that I'm going to have a chat about in a minute because it's kind of cool.
What?
The one that's just in that doorway that you just showed me. Yeah, that one that you're looking at. That one.
Oh, okay.
Because I think it's really cool. Partly because it's linked to the ever famous Tom Pemberton. So, sort of. I'm assuming.
This is so German. It can't be more German, to be honest.
I would disagree. One of your cows has escaped again, Paul. No, two of your cows have escaped.
Only on your view.
That's the one that counts.
Yeah, but maybe you should stop waving at them.
So we've got here a little milk feeding trailer. At the moment, it is a trailer that this has been made by Rainer. It's very cool. And the idea is that you use it to take milk and milk replacer to feed your calves. And you've also got, is the bucket an actual bucket?
Yeah, but the bucket is from ModHub.
Yeah. Again, that you can use to take milk to feed your calves. So
yeah, maybe you jump over to Rainer's farm to show the up and down and up and down and up and down. Because this is where it will get really a big use case.
There we go. So you can hit the button. There we go. So there are the buckets for the milk for the calves with teats. That man is very thorough. So.
It's so annoying to see you looking at the table and at the back on both occasions. The left monitor you look to towards, and no, on the right monitor you look towards, and on the other you look to the other side.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So no, but the buckets here will also have use cases, and
person view off. There we go.
I cannot tease it that much, but as much as I can say is that that Timo has done. He's close to have the final animations, and if someone can just guess what that means,
That's going to be cool. If he's got if he's got what I think you're implying to work.
Yeah.
That's going to be amazing. Is there any limit to how clever the people that do this stuff is?
No, there's just a limit to Giants at the moment, because I'm very pissed at Giants because they fell back to no communication. And guys, I'm sorry for that, but if you want to support the Alien Paul by getting the silver partnership that I didn't reach because there are two numbers, one that is named and one that is not named, we haven't reached the silver status yet, because the numbers that Giants is showing the users or the people is not the number they are going on. And as I asked on how should I know, they just said, yeah, you're unlucky. We're sorry, we forgot to mention.
Yeah. And to actually work out how much you've got, you have to work it out in a spreadsheet yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, please, if you are looking to get the Hay and Forage extension or the season pass or any other things like that, or if you want to gift any of those to any of your friends, use code Alien Paul at the moment, please.
And you will get a lot of use cases for the Forage and Hay pack. That is also something that is really annoying me now. That I mean, I'm happy that they bring a pack like that because it's playing in our cards so much. But to be honest, what would you have for use cases for this stuff without Mace Plus at all?
Without the rest of it.
So
completely agree.
I'm really, I mean, people always say I'm so positive against for Giants and so on. I always said as long as there's nothing negative to say, it is that way. But if, then I will tell you. And now I can tell you, for over 6 months there is none to zero communication. There is bucket. A bucket.
Yeah.
I meant.
Yeah.
Bucket. So it is really, and today that was really the tip of the iceberg. I'm not sure on what is following up, but that was really putting on the crown on whatever, or how the saying is in English.
Yeah.
Just saying, yeah, we forgot to tell you. It's not our fault. Just do 1,500 euros revenue more, then you get it.
You were slightly late with the duck there, Rainer.
Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah, and
I need hotkeys.
Yeah,
for this.
And I wasn't going to mention the mess of the bale stack there, but someone else has mentioned it, so
what?
You know that you need to tidy up.
Of course, it's
yeah, server lag. That wasn't it. It was server lag that caused that, I think.
Farming sim happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically.
We've had a question to take you away from the sound buttons.
Okay.
Zu Nebenrisiken und Wirkungen packungen Sie die Lesungsbeilage und arzten Sie Ihren Frag- oder Atypoke.
Okay, let's get serious. Well, at least we're in the British stream where we have to be serious.
You can hit those buttons as much as you like when it's yours. Can you describe when you ferment grass to silage, does it increase or add nutrient value? I'm not sure if that's a question for real life or a question for the game. So,
but it's a good one.
It is. Let's do both, because you must know the answer to both.
Yes,
it's real life. So there we go.
Yeah, you cannot increase anything that is not in the raw material. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you put it in foil to how is it called? Conserve to
conserve.
Yeah, conserve the stuff. But now with all the different grasses that we have and the feeding that we have, we can spread out much more on how they work in when you go to the animal overview to the cows. And take a look at the scroll bar.
Yeah. We did go through this last time. It is really quite long.
Yeah, no, just go go where the roughage starts.
Yep. Yep. So we've got base feed and then roughage feed.
There must be more.
Moisture feed.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there is.
So
there's lots.
Then deeper, there is the roughage feed, the structure one, and the energy and the protein.
Yeah.
So we can now split, for example, alfalfa and clover to the protein side. To the energy side, we could use the field grass or other. And for the structure, you could use straw, or when you trash the field grass, it has less energy, so it would be more structure. So we can spread out much more.
And the structure one, that is specifically wheat straw, isn't it? It's not just straw.
That will disappear.
Okay.
The wheat straw, because props go out to Castor in his stable. It's fine. It's working because he has a very separate single trigger for the straw for the bedding, and the food trigger is separated. But in the other stable from Giants, for example, if you try to bed the animals with a straw, it will fill also the food trigger, and that's a very bad scenario to have it globally implemented. So I guess I will take it out there. It will stay in a mixer wagon, of course, but in the direct feeding possibility, it will go out.
So it'll be hay, and is there the possibility that you'll switch something else in? Or will it be just? Is it likely to just be hay?
No, there will be the field grass hay, because as I mentioned before, if you trash it, the whole floor above is gone. The semen is gone. What is very nitrogen rich.
Yeah.
So it's basically more like a feeding straw then. Something like that I will put in there. And if we have the different straw types integrated, then it makes sense to put it back in. So for example, that you use for bedding barley or wheat straw. And for the feeding, you use oat straw.
Yep.
So it would make sense that it won't get triggered in the trigger then. But at the moment, in this map, we cannot put much more into this map. Most of the stuff that we will show you will be in the alpha streams from the Eifler Land after the FarmCon, because the new feeding system, the much more advanced feeding system than we have yet, and the new growth system and all that will be in there. So then we can show much more variations. This is the early alpha map, just to get the crops tested, the fruit destruction tested, that we have that finished, and the other stuff is more of scripting and XML that we haven't done yet that far.
And some of the features of the animals. So
a lot of features from the animals will be later on.
Yeah.
Because we would destroy the save game, and that we would lose interest in starting over and over and over again. Like we are now, we slept through winter, and we are now at the rearrangement of the farms, buying new animals and all that stuff, that we can finally play a little bit more than explaining and doing, so that we can have a little bit of fun for the next couple of weeks.
Yep.
It makes no sense to destroy the save game over and over again.
I guess that if we end up with many different types of straw, that adds yet more to the fact that you're going to potentially have to grow many more different types of crop.
Yeah.
To be able to maximize the productivity and the health and things.
I mean, the intention behind all of this is that you can really grow everything that you need for your animals, except for some of the starter feeds, because in real life you would buy it too. In certain cases, yes, you won't do it, but then you would have much more of other crops that would be needed to do so, and we don't want to go that far yet in this farm sim.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know if you've got the chat open, if you can read.
Yeah, but it's very far out on the right. I have to pop it out. I'm sorry.
That's
Give me
okay.
a second.
It's just to do with the difference between feeding beef cattle and feeding them mostly grass and hay versus dairy cattle, where you have more complicated feed needs. Is that potentially farm specific?
It is a topic that is not yet solved 100%. No. It's quite easy to explain why, but it's difficult to put it in use. With the animal grazing that we had with Maze Plus and the grazing mod.
I think this is more to do with real life than farm sim.
No. This is really for farm sim at the moment. Model Aisha wanted to have grass windrow in there because on vanilla maps there is no wet grass.
Mm-hmm.
That meant that we had to put in wet grass and grass windrow for the feeding.
Mm-hmm.
Wet grass was that you use for fresh feed. You had to put roughage on top of it, so it filled only 3 sliders. 1 slider was roughage. You had to put it in there. Yeah.
Yep.
With the grass windrow that was on the husbandries, that filled up all 4 sliders, because when you put animals on the meadow, normally you don't feed them a lot, except for they have eaten all already. Yeah. But now with so I made out of wet grass and of grass windrow a mixture.
Yep.
The mixture fills up certain amounts of sliders, slider 1 to 3 or slider 1 to 4. But now we have 30 sliders, and the animals are still the same. That means a calf that only, or a young stock that needs calf hay and some milk replacer or calf TMR. If they go on the meadow, they only have 3 or 4 sliders. The milk cow has 15 or 16 sliders. The young stock has 8 sliders, and they are not all the same. The problem is when you say that wet grass will fill up 15 sliders, then you will fill up sliders in a calf stable, for example, that they don't eat from. So that means slider full, you cannot feed them. They have food in there, but they cannot feed it or eat it because they don't have that what they need. So the solution has to be it has to be very animal age specific on how this works. And this is a solution that is maybe not doable without a script. Or I have to find the ultimate solution for it. So normally it should be the young stock, you put it on in spring on the meadow all summer long. You don't have to feed them, only give them maybe some minerals or some water, but that's it. But this would not work like it is at the moment. So,
but I'm going to assume that you have this knowledge because of all your years of working in farming. In real life, do dairy cows have higher nutritional needs than beef cows?
different.
Yeah. Okay.
You can beef cattle you can feed differently because, for example, a meat or beef bull you can feed with only maize silage. And before the stomach gets injured, because of you are feeding not all that would be required for the cow specific stomach. I am not do not know the English word for it. I'm sorry.
The
For
rumen.
pansen, for pansen, I don't know the word for it. So, before it gets hurt or injured, you cut off the head anyways.
Yeah.
With a milk cattle, you want to have a longer time span, so you have to feed them healthy. So there's a difference in between what you can do and what you should do, and this is I think it's very, very specific, and it's very hard to make that working in farm sim, as I explained with the grazing alone is already very difficult. So we can say that we have beef or meat, cattle food, protein, energy, specific food, that we have milk, protein, energy food, like it is shown in the overview where if you're going through the sliders, there should be something like deeper.
There is no deeper.
Yeah, but there was. There's the performance feed milking, performance feed meat. Yeah, so there's a difference in between that, and then we will put a food on top that if you have 100%, but you use this special food over time, you will get more yield than the 100%, maybe 110 or 115%. So you will get an extra bonus on top of it, and that's for both for milk and for beef cattle.
Yeah, I guess sort of the equivalent in farm sim is that when you're raising beef cattle, you don't have to worry about them being maximum health until just before you're going to sell them.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of the equivalent, and maybe that's why a lot of some of the UK beef farmers that I watch, they feed their cattle all sorts of random stuff, because it's just about getting calories in them, I guess, cheaply, until the point where they go off to be turned into steak.
Yeah, and when you go organic, then you have to take care much more about the health of the cattle, because they are not taking on that much weight per day. That means and slow grown muscle meat is much more tastier and better. And if they have more movement and all that stuff, you get different meat from it.
Yeah.
So you have to take care in organic farming much more than in the regular ones.
I guess that's similar to the difference between a human that lives on junk food and a human that lives on healthy food.
Yeah. And the other thing is, we forgot about a third category. There is milk, there's meat, and there's breed.
Yep.
So this is not in there yet. Just to mention. Yeah, so there is really a lot of headache ongoing and still coming, what this topic of the feeding means. With all the possibilities that we have a lot of opportunities, but we also have a lot of loopholes that we really have to fill to make it work. I mean, at the end of the day, 1 of 100 people will say, "What a crap." It's always the same, but I don't care.
Yeah.
But from the 99, there will be hopefully 89 watching your videos and tutorials on it, so that we try to explain it on a...
And 3 reading the manual.
Yeah.
That sounds about right, about 3% that would read. I don't know. With this, with Terralife being much more complex, I'm kind of hopeful that it will attract more people that actually will read it. That there'll be the bunch of people that just download it and go, "My game's broken, what's happened?" And they'll probably just uninstall it all. But the people that are genuinely interested, I kind of hope that they will actually be the sort of people that are going to try and read and educate themselves a little bit.
Do you know what I wish for much more? I believe really in the community, and I believe really that there are so many, and the most of them are the ones who A, get it, B, want to understand it, and C, educate themselves through watching our streams, the videos, reading the PDF.
Yeah.
That they would speak out much more than the idiots do.
Hopefully.
It's not. Don't get me wrong. It's not to catch some good modders. What? No. It's just to have some feedback that we can see. Okay, not the minority is happy with it, but the majority is the more, right?
Yes.
Majority is more. Yeah. Okay.
But,
hey.
Yep. Evening, Kartik and Bull. Nice to see you. And Akumuyo and everyone else that's arrived while we've been chatting.
It's Robert.
Yeah.
You said Paul.
No, I said Bull.
Oh, Bull.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I had a bull's
No.
eye.
I
So
I know Paul. Paul's the other guy talking on here.
it's me. Okay. No, it's really that I would love to have some more feedback from. Yeah, I know if in northern Germany, also the saying is, if you don't say anything, it's it's okay or
Yep.
something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but with the mod that's that complex, it's really nice to have some feedback. Um,
Yeah,
Not for the
because
ego, just for knowing that we are on the right path.
I think the problem with a lot of this stuff is that the people that you will hear from most are the people that are unhappy with it.
Yeah.
So if you
And
think this is cool, say you think it's cool.
yeah, if we go down the rabbit hole on following up everybody who is complaining, then we maybe make most of the people unhappy because they are okay with it and they like what it is. So we need to balance it a little bit, that we can see, okay, yeah, we can go through with what we are planning because most of the people will get it, or most of the people that are interested in the mod will
Yeah.
get it. And that's the way, that's the path that we should go, because you really can't go after every oopsie and whatever, and no, you can't do it. And for some people, it sounds a little bit harsh if you say so, but it's my opinion, and I think we will stay on that road to do it with our best knowledge and interest to get the mod the way we want to have it.
I think the thing with a mod like this, and like Maze Plus to some extent as well, is you appeal to a small segment anyway. So if you have something that appeals to a small segment of the player base, and then you listen to the small, loud, negative section of that, it's such a tiny fraction of people
Yeah.
that, but they're always the ones you hear. You never hear the guy who's happily sitting playing with Maze Plus and really enjoying it. It's the guy who's shouting on Facebook that he's installed Maze Plus and his game's broken because he doesn't know he's installed Maze Plus. Connor, Terralife will not be a plug and play mod. So Terralife, the way Terralife will work, and Paul can correct me if I get this wrong, but I think the best way to explain it is, rather than like in FS19 with things like Forage Extension where those were added to a map, what's going to happen, what the way I think of Terralife is maps are added to Terralife. Terralife is much bigger than a map. There's many more features. And so what you will have, and I can't remember the numbers, but there will be a selection of maps that have been integrated with Terralife, and those are the maps that will work with Terralife.
Yes, no, yes, maybe, no, yes.
Okay, perfect.
So Terralife Plus maps will be plug and play.
Yeah, but they have already been integrated with Terralife Plus.
Correct.
I keep forgetting
Because
the plus.
there will be no separate upgrade to a map. So we really have to put our maps into the Terralife mod. What's showing up at the moment is that we will have to make some dependencies because of the volume that Terralife Plus itself has reached. For example, I wanted to share some XMLs from the bales. If you look in your map and you go to bales, then you see there are 3 or 5 bales, and that's it. Well, I zipped the folder from Terralife Plus, only the bales. It was 800 megabytes.
And for context, the limit for ModHub is 1 gigabyte for a mod. So
and because we have a couple of hundred new bale types, the textures on them, of course, are also different, and so you cannot say, yeah, we use 2 textures for one. We do it as far as it is possible, but mostly it's not possible with all the new fill types. So that means we maybe have to outsource some of the texture heavy stuff in separate mods, but it will only work with the Terralife map. So it's not that we put something out like horse extension, forage extension, and all that stuff that had also features that worked on non-Maze Plus maps. It will be really dependent on the Terralife maps.
And the idea is that they will be a closed ecosystem because everything's controlled. Whereas with Maze Plus is a global mod, so there are elements of Maze Plus that you might want to edit to make it work with whatever map you're playing on. With Terralife, because it's a smaller set of maps, we can do the work to try and make sure that it's all tailored and balanced. So in theory, you shouldn't need to worry about editing XML files to have a good Terralife experience.
Yeah. So it's not like with Maze Plus where you had to edit the XMLs because every map was different and the ecosystem was different. Some had vanilla numbers and others not. We will try to balance this out, that every map has, as Disturb said, its own ecosystem working together. You don't have to edit the feeding because you get at least 10 or 12 recipes or mixture wagon mixtures already that can cater all. So that you can get in the experience of playing and using it, because what is very important is that you really play the maps and see the different features, that you can really have the immersion of playing with it instead of starting to alter stuff and then maybe killing some features, because we really want to try to get as much as possible in Farm Sim 22 within a couple of maps to show what is possible and to get those things maybe in next Farm Sim earlier or even in the base game.
Yeah, and it's going to be, because there are so many features and so many interlinked things. So if you look, if you go back to the feeding menu for the cows, there are so many more sliders, and how that's all going to be interlinked, that probably most people shouldn't even think about editing it, because you're likely to break something much more than actually do something positive. And I think the thing that kind of Paul's alluded to is that each map will have a slightly different Terralife experience, because we can't fit all of the features in every map. So different maps may have slightly different features. They may be tailored slightly differently for where they are in the world and the kinds of farming that they do in those areas. So I think that probably adds a lot more longevity to Terralife without you having to do anything yourself. You can just pick a different map and you'll find a different experience.
Yeah, this is the intention on it, to have or that we try to target those players who are into long-term map experiences, role plays, let's plays, multiplayer projects, to have really a realistic feeling of the play. And of course, we will support further on Maze Plus and enhanced animal system, so that both global mods will work on mostly or most other maps, so that if you want to play other maps, you can at least have the Maze Plus and enhanced animal system features. So I think it's a big plus that you can have certain animals, different animals on every map, but the whole all-out warfare, so to say, will be on the Terralife maps.
Yeah.
For example, the growth system alone has in vanilla 700 lines of XML. In Terralife, it will have over 8,000.
And most modders that I've engaged with are scared of the 600 line version, let alone the 8,000 line version.
And the feeding is the same. You have in Maze Plus, I think you have 80, 90 lines, maybe 120. I'm not sure.
A couple hundred
It will be
at most.
Yeah, and it will also have up to 3,000 or 4,000 lines, just the animal food edition without the animal override. We will have the same scheme on how it is working, but it is much more complex because with much more age stages visually as in numbers too. We have 4 age stages on every animal. That means 4 times female, 4 times male. This by 10 or 12 different cow types. This multiplied by different animals.
Yep.
You can imagine it is really a huge thing.
Yeah, and I think personally, unless Paul tells me otherwise, I am going to focus on showing people how to use what's there, not how to edit things, because
Yeah.
I think 99% of people won't have the attention to detail that's needed to successfully edit something that complex.
With all the confusion that is already upcoming with greetings go out to Nightcloak with his dry standing cows, with feeding on how it's we need now a third Discord channel, because the animal food edition channel was not enough, because there was the enhanced animal system channel. And now I have to make another channel just for his alteration of the stuff, because people are not that deep into changing the base XML itself and start altering other stuff, and this will be totally chaos, because this is the feeding is huge, but it's only a small percentage of the changes that we will do with Terralife. So that means if you have 10 loose ends, you will never come after it.
No.
To support it
No.
fully. So we have to make sure that you download the map, you download the dependencies, you put your mods in, you play, and you have the experience, and you can ask and read or watch the video on how things work. And if you are into playing it, and if you have the understanding on how stuff works, then maybe then you can go deeper into trying to alter stuff.
Yeah, the idea of trying to tackle showing people how to edit a Terralife Plus animal food XML file is not something that I think is going to be sensible.
Do you hop to me to the field 66?
I can. I was just going to mention quickly while I've been stood here in the field of horses that people have been seeing the new foal animations. So.
Yeah, but these are still the old ones.
Yeah, but it's something that I don't think I've shown off before. So
this is the beta of the alpha. We are so ahead of this now, but we cannot put it in here because we have changed stuff that is not changeable. So, just as a small example, of course, our fruit destruction that was 2.0 in FS19 is now at, I think we agreed on that it's 10.0 now.
That's
because
probably fair with how much it's changed.
So, grassland. It's the mother-in-law that you would have killed if you knew her. We changed that. I will give you an example. The grass that is here on the field. Can you follow me a little bit with the other tractor, but without using it? So lift up the equipment, please.
Yeah. All good.
So that we can go from this.
Oh.
It's just because it's confusing with the lines here, because some was mulched and the others was not. So just to get it straight.
I'm just having to remember to change gear.
You can just behind me, so that you pick up half of my weeded one and half of the non-weeded one. So this go that behind me.
Yep.
So you can show the people the winter rest that we have here.
That's this one, isn't it? So in Vanilla Farm Sim, this is the one.
But you have to stand still because it really needs the focus. Otherwise, you wouldn't.
I am stood still now. This is the one in Vanilla Farm Sim that looks just like painted green paint. It's flat and doesn't look like there's anything there.
Yeah, and this we changed. So Robert, I mean his growth XML is not without any reason that big, not just because of the new growing system, but also we have much more growth stages on each crop, anyways. The new growth system, we don't talk about it at the moment yet. I just can tell you that we have much more growth periods per year, anyways.
It's going to be really cool.
And this multiplied by much more growth stages within the crops. Yeah, plus. Sorry, Achim.
It's growth plus.
So this year is when it's going into the non-growing season in winter, it becomes a crop that is in winter rest.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not growing, but it's not completely gone. It's winter rest. If you start in spring, or like now in February, it's a little bit hard to explain because I won't tease the new growing system, but I would have to explain it in detail on how it will work. So go with me. I will do it a little bit wide open. You will have the possibility to weed your grassland. In winter, you will have maybe some patches that have there's no grass on it anymore. Maybe we do something like randomly boars are destroying the grass, or maybe if you harvested or drove over in wet conditions, you will have places where no grass is. In Vanilla FS, it is like that. If you use the weeder and the grass sowing machine on top of it, as soon as you have a patch, it will make the sown texture over the whole working with, and it looks like shit. We changed that, so you will only sow the patches. But if you use the weeder, and I will go a little bit ahead.
I'll just show it close up first.
Yeah, of course you will weed out the old grass and the old moss, whatever is in there. You have not that dense of a grass land at that moment, but it will stand up.
You can see the difference between the two there down the line.
It should be possible to see, yeah. And you have the outweeded stuff in between, and it's not that dense anymore. So, and it will start one growth cycle earlier. I cannot mention on how early this will be. That is something for later. Just go with me. Just go with me. You will have a positive effect in having the grass earlier in the growing.
And as a non-farming person, I kind of liken this to, as Paul said, you're not actually weeding. You're using a weeder to pull out all of the dead stuff that's between the good grass to give it space to grow, I guess.
Yeah. And then you have the second opportunity. You can use a roller. Put it down, please.
Yeah, I'm just going to get a little bit closer.
So he's going now half over the weeded one and half over the winter rest, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, should be enough. Oh, you didn't here. This is for example a patch that you could have sown.
Yeah.
If there was any grass seeds in there. So now you should see it should be possible to see that there's a difference in between the winter rest and the rolled one. The rolled one is even more pushed to the ground.
This way. Right, there you go. There's the two different textures.
And the weeded one gets also rolled down. And if you go...
And patches appearing in it.
Yeah, this is because of the wheel slip.
Yeah.
The patches, I mean, if you would have had some grass seeding in there and would have started the sowing machine, it would have directly sown it.
Yep.
So that you don't have any patches afterwards. But I think you have to go into the tractor and in the outer view to show the slightly darker color of it. It should have a slightly darker color.
Compared to the winter rest, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're not sure yet if we should give them maybe 10 kilogram of nitrogen, because we have another version on here than I had in the last stream. In the last stream there was the spray type set for some nitrogen. In this version it's not in there anymore because we try different approaches, of course. So it's possible that we keep 10 kg nitrogen, or that we go another way and do something else, because we want to implement more than just nitrogen. There should be potassium and phosphorus also in there. So yeah, we're not sure, but
it will give you some benefit.
Yeah, it will have the same benefit in giving you an earlier growth.
Yeah, I guess that's a massive benefit. As Robert has said, it gives you a 1 month earlier start on your growth is the official answer. So I guess that's a big benefit in itself, that you're going to get a crop earlier. But if I think the reasoning for giving it a nitrogen value is you're trying to simulate the fact that you are working to improve the quality of the field.
Yeah, because with the putting air to the ground through the weeding, it has a better air flow. More air in the ground means more mineralization of the nitrogen in the ground and all that stuff.
Akimobile, I'm using the official answer. It's 1 month.
No.
That's what Robert said.
Yeah, but one growth stage.
Yeah.
One growth
stage.
Not stage. What cycle? One growth cycle earlier.
Yeah.
One growth cycle earlier. So I will hop in the tractor for a little off camera.
You're gonna try and fix the bit that I messed up, obviously with my bad driving.
Yes, sir.
Evening Bavarian redneck.
What
this is what happens, you see, when an amateur drives. You get this in the field.
Can you please hop in the tractor and put your shifting on 0 on neutral, because I cannot shift.
It's on neutral.
Okay, then let me go in again. It's not driving backwards.
Parking brake. I have a very slow motion pool in front of me. It's alright, you're going nice and slowly so you don't rip more grass out like I did.
Yeah, okay, now we are in a difficult situation because we are too early to sow the grass. The funny thing is, on your screen I cannot see the darkening of the ground. On my screen I can see it.
Interesting.
So if I go in the outer view,
it does. It might. I think Robert said it might not be showing up very well on stream.
Okay, but you could see it, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can see it. It's just I think the difference is quite. I can see it on the stream.
Okay, then it's okay. So, and this is also just a small part of all the other things. We have let's you can jump to the other tractor here on the oilseed radish if you want to. And you can go a little bit. So the oilseed radish also has more growth stages. We didn't make that many. We have only 3 or 4 instead of the 1 that was before. It's okay. You don't have to go that far. Just to
Here we go.
don't go that far because you will destroy my.
Sorry.
It is not planned for yet, so you can just for the
There we
showing
go.
purpose. So we have crop destruction also in the oilseed radish. This is the also the winter rest, so to say, from the oilseed radish, but it's also what you get when you drive through the fully grown oilseed radish as destructed.
And then the what is the mulcher doing? Is a
The knife
mulcher?
roller,
Yeah,
the knife roller is of course killing the greenings, the crop. It works in FS like a mulcher.
Yeah.
So you get the green cut in between. It's not a high type, it's something different.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very nice because it's also 3D looking, and the stubble, of course, on top of it.
Yep.
So it's not the flat on the ground lying stuff, but now you have also some effects and some visuals.
It's really impressive how 3-dimensional it looks. The same with the winter rest texture.
Yeah. And I mean the winter rest texture is 3D, so
yeah.
And the green cut on the ground is 3D. It's not just looking like that. It's
It's very cool.
But on every crop that we have, on all of the 60 or 64 crops or even more that we have, they all have much more growth stages and use cases on how they visually appear when you do certain things. Not like before where it was annoying in my opinion. And of course, all the stuff that you have as output behind the knife roller, the weeder, the cultivator, whatever, it will all have an effect on the behavior of the fertilization or the soil compaction and all that stuff.
Awesome. Have you changed random? I know it's a completely new texture. I really love the fact that it's not as dense, so you actually see soil underneath it.
Yeah, Robert changed a lot.
Yeah, it's really cool. It looks more like real life when you can actually see. It's not just a carpet of green.
Yeah, for the canola, for example, he also made a winter rest, and he also made something that after winter it's also a little bit less dense, and then it regrows back.
Yep.
So you always see changes in it, and the good thing is we didn't go over the vanilla num blocks per unit. So that means it is not heavy on an impact.
Yep.
The impact that I had now from the last stream to this stream is that I have now 250 more animals. So I really saw an impact because the Giants stable and from a Castor stable, they really have a lot of visuals, and this is something that I really I feel it. But the crops I didn't feel. After everything is already grown, there was 0 to none impact, and hopefully it will stay that way.
And it's quite a densely populated, well, particularly this area. There's quite a lot of stuff here, isn't there, as well? You've got a lot of kit and a lot of sheds and a lot of animals and.
Yeah, I lost. I mean, the impact that I recognized, I lost 3 FPS. So with 250 plus animals. So it's not that much, but that's it was instantly recognizable. So maybe we have to turn down the visuals a little bit. It's with the standard animals already.
Yeah.
That case, so it's not has nothing to do with the. I think we managed to have less polies on our animals than Giants has.
That's impressive because our animals have got extra bits.
Yeah, and we have relative good textures.
Yeah.
So they really make a lot of they can hide a lot of not so poly
Y-
intense
y-
things.
Using those polygons where they count.
Yes, and of course we have a lot of custom animations and. Yeah, there will be a lot. I mean, the biggest and worst is the worst case that will be is when we go to the Eifelland with the new growing system, with the new animal system, with the more advanced animal system, and yeah, if the English branch puts in the other stuff
All the other
that we talked about.
stuff, then yeah, there's going to be a lot. There's a lot to take in, and there's a lot to. I think
Not that much. Not that much. It's just missing seasons features, soil compaction,
yeah,
higher pressure, soil mod
it's
features.
not that much, is it? I think the problem with all that stuff that I was very well educated on from the chat we had the other week is, as a person who doesn't understand the impact of some of this stuff, I can suggest some what I think are somewhat sensible ideas, and then the guys who understand all this work, how all of this works, go, no, that will kill the game.
Yeah. And it's all falling back to synchronization.
Yeah. It's and not even.
Oh,
that
you read it? So sorry for breaking. Performance for the new models should be even better in the final version, since I'm currently adding different LODs. So we will have less impact on the performance with the new animals than the Giants animals have. Even that, so we can put more in, or we could put more in to have the same impact as they have.
Is it?
So this is great information.
Yeah. Is it going to be possible? Because I get asked quite often about how you can increase the number of visible animals. But I guess there's a balance with this in particular, that if you have too many visible animals plus all the other features, just showing more animals is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, if that saying makes sense.
Use a vanilla map and max out with placeables that have high visible counts, and you will have an impact that's not from this planet.
Yeah. So.
And this is where I was scared of. I was scared of that our crops will have this impact, because in FS19, in the Bergisch Land, in the alpha streams that we had, just by the visual change from the winter crop, from the winter mix, we had anyways less FPS, but 30 FPS down to 2.
That's quite a hit.
Yeah, it was a huge impact. And now with the new texture system, with the new system that Giants has implemented, and with a lot of work that BGO put in there, he has managed to have visually a more dense crop by not being more dense than a vanilla game.
Yeah.
So, of course, if you want to later on and you play single player, you can crank up the nums block per unit to your liking. I don't care, but we will try to get it on mostly vanilla numbers to have it visually nice.
Yeah.
Technically, as far as possible, perfect, and performant running on the servers, because we care for multiplayer, and multiplayer is the biggest issue.
Yeah, and I guess that's the best test of making something that's going to be robust to running well for most people as well. If it will run on a multiplayer server and sync across multiplayer, it'll probably be okay for a lot of people to play.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah. What do I mean? I mean, we have. I think we don't have that much of vanilla textures at all anymore. Of course, Giants did a great job on some crops and oilseed radish, and they made very, very good textures. So it's hard to get better textures, but we had to change them.
Yeah,
With
if
getting better results without killing the appearance of the good quality that they had.
and adding in more growth states.
Yeah, that on top. I mean, that on top. But to have the, I mean, just the oilseed radish alone. You sow it, and then the first and only growth stage is it is fully grown.
Yep.
That's vanilla. You drive over it. There's no crop destruction. There's nothing. Nothing happens. And if you mulch it, you have not this here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, and this multiplied by 4, because I think only a quarter of the growth stages the other crops have has got the oilseed radish. I think here are 3 and the others have 12 or even more. I think, I'm not sure, but I think Robert increased it to 15 to some crops.
Yeah, 'cause it varies. I think some are around 5, and some are up to about 10 in base game.
In base, yeah, but we
Yeah.
have it much higher. And that means, of course, with the new growth system, we can do visually and effectively much more than the base game can do. That means, for example, can you remember the first testing of Maze Plus when they came back to me and said it's unnatural that you can mow harvest ready
Yep.
wheat and it
And
becomes
it's green.
yeah, and it becomes crop windrow. And I said, well, don't you know your own base game where you can with a direct disc also do the same and get chef out of it? Yeah, so there are 1 or 2 growth stages earlier where it is already yellowish, but
Mhm.
not but with moisture in the corn. So there was no texture for it. There was no growth stage for it. Now we have it. So these are all things, and we have different crops like summer and winter wheat, for example, or summer and winter barley, that have to have so close to each other the sowing and the harvesting stages that it kind of was impossible with the current growth system that Giants has to mirror the real world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, you know what I mean.
with the current growth system, with some of the crops, it's really hard to do a winter and spring planting
Yeah.
and get sensible behavior and harvesting. I take the stuff that I've done with growth. I sometimes take advantage of the fact that 2 growth states have the same visual.
Yeah.
So you can skip ahead growth states at some point, and visually it looks the same, so that you can get to where you need to in harvest.
Yeah, and this is also it's, I mean, I'm really quite happy that uh that I personally stopped Robert in FS19 on his ideas, because he wanted to try and do this stuff already for the horse extension in FS19, but the chaos that we would have fallen into with over 100 maps and
everyone downloading a different geo for that map.
yeah, not only that, but we can focus now on doing a base map where we have all in, where we can compare everything to each other, where we can sync each other in the to each other in the growth in the growing system, and then take certain things out to use it in our different maps. And with only a handful maps that are team maps, except for the Thüringer map from Castor, but he and Flori are in the Terralife team, so it's basically also team map.
Yep.
So we have no external maps. We can focus on that. We can adjust to specific use cases and don't have to make it globally work on whatever map is out there.
Yeah.
And with that, it's much more worth what Robert is doing.
Yeah, we can tune even down to the crops that are available to make the map with whatever it has run well with Terralife.
You know, I mean, we're not talking. Oh, there was a dove.
Did it make its
Oh,
way
yeah.
in?
No, because I got the fly protection, but it's not metal. It's for fuck's sake. Oh, my heart. And we're not at the sowing at the moment with Novak with the no-till stuff, where there will be so much adjustment to it necessary that you can't make it globally.
Yeah.
To showcase the machine as it's needed to.
And if you're going to manage to put in any of the stuff that was in the FS19 Terralife Alpha around no-till and ploughing and greenings and all that kind of thing,
Yeah, that
then
will be in. It has to be in, but now with a much better scenario on how we can show it, because with all the work that Robert is doing and with all the work that Achim Mobil is doing, he has a very, very good understanding of oh, how can I say it? He's not with a farming background, but he has a very specific scripting background. So that means he not really has to know on how things in real life farming work, as long as he understands the code on how to do stuff to get this and that output.
Yeah, it's about getting the result that's needed.
Yeah,
it's not about worrying whether it's exactly how it should work in real life.
Yeah, it is more. He can be more focused, and he's more on. Most of the scripters that we have in the team are so focused on how to get things done, no matter if the texture is green, blue, yellowish, or whatever, because they know on how to implement it. And afterwards, we just have to put the textures or foliages in there because the script works. And this possibility we didn't have in FS19. And also, we can focus on our maps now with the specific use cases. And this is why I'm so happy about this great team. That where you always forgot to mention the farming agency when you do videos, honey.
It's because I when I was doing the 4 million Maize Plus ones, I was very focused on including all the farming agency bits.
You're admin, you know that.
Yeah, I know. But
you're part of the big boys.
There's a lot of the stuff that I end up doing now, I just do because I have, apart from the one specifically for Braven this week, a lot of them are random ideas that I have, and I don't always necessarily want to brand my random ideas as official farming agency stuff.
But you are administrator, so you have to be careful. And no, but
there are some random ideas I have had that I have not done for specific reasons.
Yeah, but with this to pick on this topic, with the scripters that we have now, they also have random ideas, but they know on how to get them done, and this makes it not easier but better, smoother to implement this stuff by focusing on our ecosystem, because we have a lot of people in there that have mods that would be relevant for compatibility later on, like revamp, autoload, the whole stuff from Loki, the stuff from Glowin, the stuff from Chisel. But now that they are in the team, we have those. What would be in FS19? It would have been the last topic. So we have done everything. Now we can have a look at other mods on how they work with ours. And now it's the first topic. Now they know from the start we have to change this and that to work with my mod, with their mod. Yeah. So, and this is also a very good use case or showcase in how proud I am of this team, because like Shizzle said, we are limitless. really limitless.
Yep. I don't think there's, as I said earlier, I'm constantly amazed by the stuff that's being done, and it does feel like there is nothing that can't be achieved. I mean, the fact that you're standing in front of me doing something that Giant said wouldn't be possible at FarmCon last year.
Yeah, Braven just
did it.
Just did it.
Yeah.
And this is also something, I mean, the communication, the last 6 months with Giants is 0 to none. But we didn't stop. The people in our team just found workarounds. They scripted their asses off to compensate the lack of information that we have from Giants. And it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable. And I am so ducking annoyed about it that they fall back to this non-communication that they had 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, of course, maybe they have a lot on their plates. Yeah, but others who are caring about the game and bringing it forward have too. So yeah, why no talks since 6 months? I mean, I'm so angry at the moment. I really am not. I'm not looking forward to the FarmCon, to be honest.
I think something that we spoke about earlier, that a game like Farm Sim is so dependent on the community that enhance it. If there weren't people doing things like Maze Plus and all the other cool stuff, how many would be playing it so intensely 2 years later or a year and a half later?
Yeah, the Gerwal pack or the forage and stuff.
The forage and hay pack wouldn't get me excited to stick around.
The use cases that we create for those modifications, the way that people can showcase or companies can showcase the stuff. It's I mean, come on, really. I mean, maybe they have a lot of on their plates at the moment with the mobile version, with the FSL back on, with FarmCon planning. But guys, we're talking about 6 months.
Yeah,
6 months. And the other thing with the silver partnership today, that really got me really on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
I mean, I asked 4 or 5 weeks ago. If they had told me back then I would have said, okay, guys, we're not there yet. We need
we could have kept pushing.
Yeah, but 4 weeks after just replying, no, you're not, because we have a different, we calculate differently. Oh, if you don't know how much, you have to just calculate yourself. And it is not written anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. And then just saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. No, sorry.
Yeah.
Really.
Sometimes, and generally, as you said earlier, you are accused of being very Giants positive.
Yeah.
But sometimes they do things that don't help them when, as I just said, the community around this game is what gives this game life and what gives their product longevity.
One topic, and I know I will not make many friends with this, but the farming agency is so ducking playing after the role book, after the TOS from Giants, yeah?
Yep.
We're so playing after it. And they don't go after the people who make really money out of Farm Sim. Yeah? So why don't they support or are a little bit quicker with people who are really supportive of Giants and Farm Sim? In just the small, those are small things. I mean, you know me. I hate it when people just duck and go away and don't answer. Oh no, and disappear instead of telling me the truth. Just the truth told 1 month ago. Or 5 weeks ago. Oh, sorry, you didn't reach it because you have different numbers. Everything would be fine.
Yeah.
But 5 weeks later, and then saying, yeah, I'm sorry, no,
I forgot.
No. Yeah. So, and on the other hand, people getting people in the company that really do make money with Farm Sim out of the office, like this big, you know who I mean, who was for a short time at
Yep.
Giants and then saw, oh, I don't make that much money here as I would make with my community. They don't go after them, and this is like a slap in the face. And I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. Really, I'm so pissed.
And there are some very big modding teams which are, I feel, quite closely aligned with Giants that are doing things that really push the boundaries of the TOS.
Yeah.
And they seem to be just fine to be allowed to do that.
And I mean, the complexity that we do now with Terralife is more than just the DLC.
Oh yeah. And
do we complain about it that we don't make any money? No, we don't. We just want to, guys, talk to us.
Yeah.
Fucking talk to us.
Yeah. Particularly if they want to take bits of this and have it in the future. You know, it's like engage with the development.
As long as it's not on ModHub, they don't have a hand on it. So
yeah.
maybe we should open up a club, Terralife Club, €5 per month. Buy a cup or a hat, and you will get a copy of, or you will get early. I mean, the whole thing. This is something. Sorry for ranting at the moment, but I just saw a post of a €40 monthly to get early access to stuff in development, not hands-on, just watching. Yeah, just to get information. Guys, what we are doing here is giving you early looks on our development for free, for fucking free.
You know, I know you had, I don't know if you still have any, you know, like the YouTube channel membership and all that kind of thing. It's how you do this kind of thing if you do want to make a bit of cash.
The YouTube membership is when they pushed me to it, I said you will get no benefits out of it. I had to make different icons because YouTube wants to, but there's no early access. There's nothing. It's just pure support. And I think it's €25 per month at the moment that I earn by memberships. It's really I'm planning on my Ferrari.
YouTube do take an awful lot. But yeah, I monetize my stuff through Patreon. You know, people get a video a week from it, and they do it because they want to support me. So.
Yeah, but I'm that naive that I think that if people want to support you, they do so. They don't need anything on top of it. But if you poke on those guys who are doing it professionally, who are doing a couple of thousand per month, they defend those. And if we say, well, we need 1,500 revenue more to get silver partnership, we get laughed at. So I'm sorry. Maybe I got a bad day, but it's made by Giants. Thank you. The bad day. And before we started, when we talked in private, I already said I have to really be careful on what I'm saying tonight because I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed. And this is this type of pissed where I mean, Robert knows me. When I was pissed, from now to then I quit the team leadership, the team captain at Lindner, and said, "Fuck you." So I'm very that guy. If something annoys me, I really quit it, and then this is something, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, getting back on topic.
Yes, let's go to the clover grass.
Okay,
follow me. Just to have another location.
Because someone Marnux asked about other new features. Who is one of the people that supports the channel? He's where did you go? I've lost you. What field are you in? Field 19. I got you. I found you.
You didn't play that much because you don't know the clover grass. I got only one field clover grass.
Yeah. And I'm not as fast as you at running, it would seem.
Yes, because you only get the admin rights on the server with using the badge.
There we go. Oh, there's a random person in your field.
Where? Again?
There's a pedestrian.
Yeah. I don't see him, but he's only for you. But
Yeah.
no, just to show that the clover grass has also winter rest.
Yeah.
And
Says-
the stubbles that are here, that is from cutting it, from the green mowing, from the green fresh feeding.
Okay. So you've got winter rest, mown.
And this is also weeded here.
Yep.
I did it the last time I went through it with the weeder.
So you can see the same sort of change in the underlying texture, that you've got the kind of slightly different color, and you've got the bits that are growing are standing a bit prouder.
You wanna show people our alfalfa?
Yeah. It's so fast.
Up to the north. When you cross the flour mix,
Yeah.
it is withered. But you should know where the alfalfa is, because you mulched it, and with the certain amount of changes in the growth.
Oh, this looks good.
Yeah, it was switched back to so this will be with the next growth stage.
Yep.
With the next changing, it will go
That's very cool.
back. It's I think I like it. I really like it. I really like it.
I like the way go out to third person view. I like the way it moves around the person as well. It's very cool. Is this another Robert job? Or is this BGO?
The textures BGO.
Excuse me,
Textures
they are very nice.
Textures always BGO.
Okay.
So also just because just because of the BBC News today, this has nothing to do at all anymore with the alfalfa in FS19 that was made by Oxy. This is completely redone. It's our own. Like for example, the linseed is completely redone, new done, our own. The mustard is completely redone, new done, our own. So those are all ours. It is possible that we will have 2 textures that are outsourced, so to say, because someone has them or made them, and those are
Those are textures.
peas and chickpeas and something else.
Okay.
They are from Ershaba, if you know the guy, and because he got a lot of stuff from me in FS19. I asked him for permission, because every texture that Björn doesn't have to do
is a bonus.
Is a bonus, yeah. And I mean, we have to change them, of course, with the growing system. There will be not slightly less work, but a little bit less work for Robert then. But those are 2 crops that we put in. No, it's beans and chickpeas. I think beans and chickpeas.
Yeah, I guess the difference as well going to 22 is there are a lot more steps in creating the textures. I think you said.
Yeah. And we still have to do the lupine. DSV sent me the seeds for it, so I have to plant them now and try to photograph them ourselves.
Wow.
Every growth stage with a white back.
Wow.
Yeah, that will be fun. I think I should start this really early.
That's dedication, that you're having to grow the plants yourself to get the inputs to the textures.
Yeah.
That is a step beyond.
Yeah, this is really. I mean, if I would still own a car, it would be easier, because I could just visit some people growing that, but I don't have.
Yeah.
So it's shit, but not the hit. But we will do so.
I think it adds an element of coolness. that you're doing that.
Yeah, and this is a little spoiler for the next farm sim. I think we will have to do it a lot more for the next farm sim.
Because you're going to want a lot more growth states.
Yeah, not just only that, but we want to have really. I want to have the seed on the back named the right way, and I want to have the crop exactly that seed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
your apartment is going to be full of little trays of however many crops.
Yeah, I think this will be good for good air in the room.
Yeah.
But if there was not the problem with the space.
You don't need that much. You only need enough space for you to have 2 desks, because you have 2 PCs. So you just need enough space for 2 desks, and everything else you can have set out to grow stuff and take pictures of.
The problem is I only have space for the 2 desks and my bed, and this is already.
Well, I have to condense you down to 1 desk then. Priorities. Or maybe do you really need a bed, Paul? Could you sleep in the chair?
No, I certainly do. I certainly do. No, but this is also something where we really want to get into making good pictures of the crops. But this will be also a learning process because you don't have to have any shadows on it, and so this is so we are constantly in a progress on getting better. Like you see with Ola Haldor. He's also trying to get better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
It's not for sure that we will reach the level that we want to have, or when we will reach it, but that we're trying to should be okay-ish enough, I think.
Yeah, I guess with trying to get the pictures of real life crops, it's much harder to explain to someone that's growing them that you need it with a white background, lit this way, and could you please go and take a picture every so many days?
No, the problem is, really the big problem is, or was, last year was a very dry year, and not every crop was grown as it should have.
Yeah, I guess you need a good year as well, don't you?
Normally, companies who grow and breed seeds do so on their own.
Okay.
But they didn't. That's the problem.
I'm going to add in a random idea that you've just spawned. Can you have bad years in Farm Sim?
Don't we have them anyways? Look at my day today. I got a bad day in a bad year.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though. Can we have a bad growing year?
Give me a sec. I have to eat something.
Yeah, I could hear. I love the suggestion that we get you a hammock so we can replace your bed with space to grow more crops. I think that we should sort that for you. That makes things so much better for you. I'm sure it'd be great for your back as well.
So a bad year. This will be definitely something for the next farm sim, because with a lot of other stuff, we need to have a basis on which we can calculate on that.
Yeah.
If you don't have the basis, you need the basics in there, and the basics are that what is at the moment the Thor's hammer.
Yeah, and I guess there's a whole load of those seasons features that are missing, and other features that would be really useful for getting that to work. So
don't need to make my own mod video now for the pickup because no big YouTuber can do it correctly. See you later. Oh, okay.
Okay. See you, Aki.
Bye.
Yeah. It's an interesting one that there are people who make videos of how-tos for mods that don't understand how they work. I remember when I think it was when Loki came on a while ago. and I started chatting to him afterwards because I wanted to do a tutorial for universal auto load, because some people had done some but had only touched 50% of how the mod worked, because it's quite complex. And he was like, yeah, you can, but can you make sure that you do everything, not just the easy bits that everyone's covered?
In my opinion, and this is except you, in my opinion, a lot of the bigger YouTubers out there, they want to create cash flow and not content.
Yep.
And I mean, you are here in a team where I would say everybody puts his whole heart into the stuff, and they don't.
No.
They don't care if it's a blue van or a yellow pickup or whatever. If it's something that they can hype, not for the mod, but for them, they can hype. They do so.
Yep.
Just one. Let's talk out of the nähkästchen here. Guess who did not contact me for a long time since FarmCon last year?
The guy who was on the stream with us last year?
There was a picture of 4 dudes.
Yep.
With the hashtag Band of Brothers, yeah? None of them. Not Cop, not FarmSim Guy, not DJ.
Yeah.
But guess who will be the first to call when we do teasers, real teasers for. So, and this is the reason why I said that this time, no. I think I'm thinking about 1 or 2 guys that I really want to have some early access or to do some streams on them. And nobody would guess on whom I'm talking about, but oh, Susanne, hey, my heart. Everybody thinks that Agrarplay and me, that we are not good with each other or stuff like that, right? That they think, oh no, but his community and his play style and his approach on stuff is the way I like people seeing the mod or not showcasing, explaining the mod. Yeah. So this is something where I know, yes, of course, he's also making money off it. Yeah, forget about it. I don't care, because that what he's doing good. Yeah, he's really going into depth with the way the mod is meant to be played, because he's all into realism.
Wasn't there was another small YouTuber you mentioned that was similar? Because I think one of the things that was a shock for me in the past, and I found it quite funny that you just said big YouTubers and then my name, because I'm definitely not, is that you don't do like most modders do and target the biggest channel for the most exposure.
No, this is the same with kicking out Daggerwin from the farming agency, and only because Oxy asked, I picked him up again. If you are not working right, I really care about what you do, not who you are. If you have 800k like Daggerwin and you do nothing, or you are not showcasing it in a correct way, in a detailed way, you can go. I don't care.
Yeah.
Because we don't have anything from the downloads that would be countful to have. For me, it's important that people understand what they download, that they understand with what they are playing. So someone who is really into showing it the possibilities and having the background of realistic players, that is what counts much more. And so if there are smaller YouTubers that want to do so and do so, they can, but there's always the barrier of knowing each other, trusting each other. And this is something nevertheless I trust Agaple because he's doing a professional job. He's a professional. Yeah. So that's he's professional in his area he's working, and so you can trust him with stuff. He will never give anything away, or so this is something that is very important for me. Then on top, he's doing realistic playstyles and let's plays and streams, and he's into this realism stuff.
Yeah,
he's really into it. So this is important.
And I think with something as Maze Plus to some extent, but certainly something as complex as Terralife Plus, you need to be into using it to really show it off.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're bumbling around confused.
And for the others, for the English speaking YouTubers, I even forgot the name. Where said the other not so big but a little bit bigger YouTuber who I really like.
Me?
No, yeah. A Simulation for the Nation, for example.
Yeah.
I really like him, but he also I'm not the type of an on-off relationship. Yeah. So if for example with Susanne, I feel still she's there. So I really like her, and so I'm happy with it. Knowing okay, if I feel sad, I think about her, and everything is good. Yeah. So, but there are not many people in Farming Simulator on the official side of the tubers and whatever where I think about and I feel good.
Yeah.
Because I had bad experience with them.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, and not necessarily because I've had a bad experience with them, but just in the way they conduct themselves.
Yeah.
Because
so for us, the only English-speaking YouTuber who will showcase Terralife is you.
Yay me!
You're admin. You're part of the team. I like you very much, and I still want to get this shitload of kebab. No, it's really this.
5,800 to go.
There is. I really hate when people make a video out of the streams that I do. Yeah, what do we know about Terralife?
Yeah.
And then they do a video out of it, and instead of asking me, can you have a look at it, they just release it, and afterwards I have to do all the corrections on it because no, that's not right. If there was something that we can really sign in stone, we would do our video ourselves.
Yeah.
But these suggestions get 25K on viewers.
Yep. Yeah. And when I started out doing the Maze Plus videos, I was guilty of just taking, you'd release an update, I'd go look at it, I'd grab the PDF and read any updates to that, and I'd go and make a video and release it. Because I wouldn't think of sending it to you first, because you were Alien Paul, who's just run away.
Yeah, because I'm running to the field grass.
So
you can follow me.
I can sort of understand that in a way, but obviously it would be better if people did talk first.
Yes.
But I can sort of I
left. You're too far. You're far, way too far away.
Where are you?
You passed me left and go back.
Which field? Oh, okay, you're in that field. I have no idea where I am on the map even. You're in field. It would help if I turned the HUD back on, so that I can see. There you are. Did someone have a little bit too much horsepower going down?
What?
The big torn strip down the middle of the field.
No, it's tramline.
Ah, okay.
I did tramlines.
Because it's field grass, isn't it? So you're going to combine
field
it.
grass.
Yeah.
And you're asking for weeds, so you see, I had to.
Yep. Yeah. So for background, when Paul was explaining to me before we started that he was using a weeder on grass, I then said, "Does that mean grass has weeds?" And it doesn't, but field grass does. So there are some weeds in field grass, and this behaves pretty
They're
much.
actually on. No, they're actually only here because of the tram lines.
Yeah, I was going to say they only appear to be on the tram lines. This is going to behave pretty much like field grass in 19.
Yes.
So if you were familiar with that in the horse extension stuff, then you will be familiar with it in...
What so many people copied now in FS22 and have the field grass now on their maps. And hey, you can trash it. And hey, I know where the textures are from.
Yeah, they made them themselves, didn't they?
Yeah, and clover and alfalfa will also be trashable.
Cool. So you'll get you'll get clover seed or grass seed, I guess.
Yes.
And you'll get something out the back of the combine that you can use for feeding.
This is what I mentioned earlier when you trash the field grass. Yep. The grass is not that nitrogen full anymore.
Yep.
So it will be replacing the straw in the roughage.
Yeah, because the threshing process takes all of the bits with nutrients out.
Yeah.
And so you're just left with roughage essentially.
Correct, and I think that's a better way to approach the straw thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when we go for the different straw types, maybe there's a possibility, as I explained before, but let's see on how it works out.
Yeah. I think either way, it's going to encourage you to grow a lot more variety of things.
Yeah, that will be also very interesting on how it plays out. If we have real life numbers, you would have the need of real life field numbers and sizes and yeah. So 500 cows on a farm with 20 hectare. Nope.
Yeah. I think you mentioned last time because someone asked about it that when you're running on Terralife, a map will only support so many farms, and that's going to be a lot less than it would be in vanilla.
Yeah.
Because of the volume and variety of crops that you're going to need to grow.
I'm not sure which stream it was. Was it a German or an English stream where I mowed the 66 so to save before winter the last?
Right. That must have been I remember helping you do some grass collection on that field.
No, that was way back. No,
yeah, it was a long time ago. I think it was one of the first times I was actually in game.
So it was basically on growth stage 1, and I collected on the whole 66.
Which, for reference, is a pretty big field down here.
I with the bit on the left side to the road.
Yep.
I collected 12 or 13 round bales.
Mm-hmm.
I had to use the very, very big Krone Swadro swather to even see what I was collecting.
Yeah.
So yeah, with this different, more realistic yields, you would need 10 times more of land than you can have. This is why Giants has the factor of 10, why you have 10 times more yield on your fields, and you instead of using 100 hectare, you can use 10 hectare to have the same yield. And this is something that is that will be very confusing for some people. I already saw it with the whole crop silage.
Yeah.
Where the number was realistic.
Yep.
What was
it's
at the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't fill up the BGA bunker silos.
No, it did,
as they were used to.
And it didn't. It felt strange that it was so low. I think probably because Maize Plus doesn't close the ecosystem like Terralife will. So you mow a grass field and you get 100 bales off it, and then you whole crop silage a big field next to it, and you get a couple of trailers full.
Yeah.
Whereas I think with Terralife, where everything will be balanced, it'll feel more right that you just
because
accept.
we can touch we can touch every crop XML.
Yes, yeah.
What we can't do, we could have done it globally, but that would have been so much more work. It makes no sense.
Yeah, so it will it'll be part of the introduction of Terralife will be that yes, you will need realistic amounts of land, and I guess the reason that Giants have it scaled is it allows you with things like multiplayer to have a lot more people playing on what is quite a small area of actual land.
Yeah.
I've looked where I live at the farms where I live, and if you draw that 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer box, it's not even very many fields, let alone farms. And so if you want to create a game experience where you can have a lot more happening on a realistically small amount of land, you need that. But for this, you don't have to, you aren't driven to account for everyone.
And this is why it would make sense to play on a 4x map.
Yeah.
With 2 or 3 farms instead of playing on a normal map with 3 or 4 farms.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of output you have on milk and manure and all that stuff is relatively high with Maze Plus because of the compensation you have to do with the prices and all that stuff. This is why I always said Maze Plus is no plug and play mod, because you have to adjust it to your map that you're playing on.
Yeah.
If you have a map that is already adjusted in the yields, you have to readjust it in Maze Plus a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you made I think the adjustments to at least the vanilla maps, that it was not that bad anymore.
Yeah, and I really like Nightcloak's adjustment to the feeding and the milking. I think that scales it quite nicely in terms of
Nightcloaks?
Yeah.
What did you do?
The cyclic milking.
Yeah.
So I think that the way that scales things makes it.
I don't like it.
Okay, I do.
No, I don't like it because he's putting on more work for me now. I have to make a 3rd channel. I think it's a mistake. He should be in our team so that he can have his own channel for supporting it.
Yeah.
It's really Nightcloak. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I think I have to stick to my promise. I mean, we are 1 less now because I kicked someone out of the team. Sorry, reminds me to get you a beer. Yeah, I think we have to talk the other day. Soon. No, it's really yes, of course it's. But this is also the problem. It's adjusting only if you adjust yourself.
Yeah.
If you put it in there, you see the problems that are caused by this, and this is. I mean, with the enhanced animal system, it was my approach was to make it for Shizzle easier before he was in our team, to make it easier that it works with Maze Plus. So I gave him the channel so that he can really use everything he needs from Maze Plus to make it work. It was pure logic for me. I'm not the type of guy who says, no, I don't want to play with others. Yeah, I try to play. I'm a team player, and I want to have others with great mods to have stuff working. And Nightcloak is in the middle of it now at the moment. So I think there should be a point on where we really have to manage enhanced animal system to be frozen instead of trying to take stuff that will be with Terralife in there too.
Yeah.
Because it's not only double work, it complicates stuff much more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a work in progress, and I think with Nightcloak was always meant to nerds like Disturb and myself. Yeah.
I think the problem with stuff like that is because it looks interesting, it attracts the people that aren't nerds like we are and aren't so capable or comfortable of doing the things they need to do to be able to use it. And then they don't take the time to understand the impact of it.
No, there's only one or two problems that I have with Nightcloak. First, he's Austrian. That is not a problem. But he is he can also not wait. He's he's like this little West Highland Terrier. Yeah, so always. So this is it would have made totally sense if he would have made it for himself to try it, and we had talked about it maybe to implement stuff, and wait till Terralife to make use of it. And this is why I said I don't want to do other people's maps and all that stuff, because it takes you off the course of the workflow that you have already.
Yeah.
And I really had to learn it myself, to calm a little bit down, to have wider cycles in which you work and on how you work.
Can I take
racist?
Can I take a little bit of the blame for getting really excited when Nightcloak mentioned it in chat?
It doesn't change anything.
No, I know, but
he's a wiener. So I know it's it translates exactly like I wanted it to. He's from Vienna, but wiener is much better. It in German it translates much better.
Yeah.
And if you add Schlawiner, then it's even more funny.
I think you have to accept the fact that your very cool mod attracts people that are going to do stuff like this. And I guess the difficult bit is managing the impact of that on the support burden for us.
Yeah, the problem is the last Austrian guy who did similar stuff by extending or providing stuff for the community on the back of our mod was Axel. He was also a Wiener from Vienna, and he was the guy who tried to support the do-it-yourself update.
Yeah.
And there also I said up front, I hope you know what you are doing.
Yeah.
This will cause and if they don't, so this is the problem. This is the connection in between why I said first he's Austrian.
Yeah.
So yeah, that reminds me of that.
I remember the do it yourself horse extension, and thinking I could make a video explaining how to do that, and I binned it twice because I didn't want to get those questions when people couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it went wrong.
Funny enough, if you do something like that, you attract people who have no clue on how to open an XML. But if you put a whole PDF out there to explain a mod, they don't read it.
The Maze Plus PDF is really good. Braven's PDF for the Wardrobe Plus is really good, and people just go, I need a video.
Yeah.
Now I'm not complaining about that because that's what I do, but I tend to pick and choose the things that I do videos on, thinking about the support consequences. I've been asked to do videos that I could make quite easily, but I know. Okay. I know people will attempt that are beyond their capabilities, and I'll end up spending half a day trying to fix the fact that they shouldn't be doing it.
I need a video about feeding an alien. Oh, it's quite simple.
Pizza.
Put up a table.
Kebab.
fill it, and
Send it kebab, beer, and chocolate. He'll be happy.
Yeah, that kind of sums it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen your Amazon wish list.
Fine line between helping and babying people. I learned that. Yeah, that's the problem.
But the problem is, you end up with the people you have to baby because they try it and they shouldn't.
Yeah, but you guys don't end up with them. I do. Do you know why? Because they are so kindergarten. They don't even know on how to accept the rules and the language in the Discord. That means they don't come up to the topic. So what do? They PM me, they PM the farming agency, and it will all, or they mail us even, and it all comes back to us.
They PM me as well. PM me as well, and I have to
Germans.
I have had some that have PM'd me in German. I think it was German. And I've had to use DeepL to have the conversation with them to tell them to go and click on the flag. It's, you probably get a lot more than I do. I'm not going to deny that, but I get them as well, just not as many.
Do you have the NDA on hand at the moment?
I could probably find it, yes.
Could you send it, please, to Nightcloak, because I want to shut him up now?
Yeah. I will do it after we've finished, which I'm guessing won't be too much longer.
I wanted... Really? Why?
Because, have we got much? We've been going for 2 hours for a start.
Yeah, now we go to the funny bits, I thought.
Have we got more stuff to show off? Oh. Winter mix.
Well, the questions, what happens with the greenings?
Oh. You keep talking, and I'll send Nightcloak.
Yeah, it's like a dog off the leash. I always have to look if you are really following me.
Yeah.
If you know that I'm the leader.
Yeah. Maybe you should be wearing high vis so I can see you. More high vis. That is quite high vis.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the dealer.
I don't even know where the dealership is on this map. Oh, there you are.
Close to the farm that is for sale.
The signs.
Yeah, there's another good spoiler news. BGO is working on the signs that you guys will get them in English too, if you're playing on English.
That's useful.
Yeah, I think it's completely not necessary, but
I
had to learn English, and so you're still not learning German.
I've started lessons again.
We managed to agree today on that we put it all in Latin.
Yep. We've decided that future team meetings will be held in Latin so that everyone is disadvantaged.
I mean, if we would do team meetings with Latinas, then I would say okay, but Latin
no, that's different. That's very different.
Yeah, I know. And I feel like there's a couple of shoes getting thrown at me later on.
So the really cool thing about these, which we think we spoke about last time, is the numbers on these refer to actual seed stock.
Yeah, this is
so you could go and look those up on DSV's website if you so choose.
Yeah, if you go over here.
Where have you gone?
Behind you. Oh.
Yep.
You see, we have the original seed packages here. Country Horse 2116.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the numbers, and with the seeds mixtures for grass and all that stuff, they have different use cases.
And I wonder if I can.
All throw the ring at Nightcloak.
Yeah. So yeah, these so many cool sort of detaily bits that just keep adding to the immersion on this stuff.
Yeah. I think these are the old palettes. Or they are not mine, I'm not sure.
They are yours.
Huh. Never mind.
It's giving me the option to pick one up, but it doesn't seem to be working. We showed that off last time, didn't we? The fact that you can or will be able to take individual bags off of the pallet and put them back if you've got stuff left in the bag.
Yeah, it's possible. The same happened to me the other day with the horse feet. I took from Reiner's Zip the horse feet, and they were not made for it.
Yeah.
And it's possible that I did here the same. So no, it's just so the numbers and all that stuff is really the same. It's legitimate, but of course there is stuff in here that DSV doesn't have, and BGO made some text below it. For example, do you want to read this out here? That says Zwiebeln. What he says below?
Oh yeah. It says that you're probably going to harvest it between August and October, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, but in Germany we start at the beginning.
See, we don't where I'm from. We just pick the words that we can actually read.
Yeah.
So this one is very something.
Yeah. So the same with the potatoes and stuff, but most of the things are. This term comes from the Japanese part of England.
Yeah.
No, I think maybe he's Anglo-Saxon, and he's from the Saxon part where there's a big YouTuber who's also problems with pronouncing stuff. So
this one's very good for biogas. See, I can read the signs.
Where? What?
This one, Zakob. Says biogas. That's got to be good.
It's sugar beet, so it's not only for.
It says biogas. It's good.
Yeah.
And this one is very frost proof.
The opposite.
Okay.
Sehr frostempfindlich.
Yeah.
Hoher Wärmebedarf, high temperature needed, and
okay.
It's sunflower.
That would make sense.
But this you can read, right?
Warm season.
At least.
Yes.
Yeah, warm season.
Yeah.
At least.
Yep. That. Yeah, I can read warm season.
Where is it? Let's find it. Where's the oilseed radish? Shitty.
One of my favorite crops. Miscanthus.
Yeah, that would be also very nice later on.
I really liked that in Horse Extension.
Yeah, and there were also so-called partners who wanted to do something about it and then didn't do it. So yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Come on, let's visit here the other farm that is for sale.
Oh, can I put an offer in?
You can just jump into a vehicle. No, you should jump into the grain mill. Oh, you're with me. Okay, then it's fine. For example, the weeder will also kill the high types that are here on the ground. Yeah, the wet grass.
So it'll remove the piles.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So if it makes total sense to have this removed by it, and it makes also sense that the weeder is not destroying grass anymore. Yeah. So if you had high grass and you went through it, you had the blank texture on the ground and it was so. It's not killing it. So the growth stages stay if you use the weeder on. If you want to get rid of grass that you did not mow, then please use the mulcher. Here, for example, is yes.
Oh, that's a very nice texture.
And this is a combination. It's a 2 use case rye. In real life, it is the green rye for biomass and for whole crop silage normally. But we didn't want to do 2 types of rye, so later on you can also trash it. Yeah, because it makes no sense to have. I mean, most people don't use rye anyways for whole crop. I mean, most people out of the team that are playing. Yeah, so it's not our use case. So we just have it in here. But this time, this rye will end up in whole crop silage because I want to try it.
Well, it's our field or your field because I changed your farm.
Yeah, there was potatoes on here before. So I planted that, and then now we can run to the other farm.
There's a tree there. Many trees.
Oh, I went too far, as I often do.
Felt a bit like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon there, running through the trees.
So what I really like is with the mod from Shizzle with the color changes of the tarp. This is something that annoyed me really for a long time now. I really like that.
Yeah, they're nice textures as well. Are they? Has he done a new texture, or is it the same texture? And I haven't really paid attention to it before.
I think you haven't paid attention to it.
That's entirely possible. It's entirely possible.
And you see here is some decoration also made with some green inks. We have them paintable, and you see also that parts of it die.
Yeah. So you got the stuff from the summer mixture there.
Yeah, and for comparison, here you see the cows. And take a special look at the titties. Yes, this time you are allowed to.
Yep.
Yeah, you do so. You did so.
Yep.
And then we jump to my cow stable, to the where the young cows are.
Which one have you got to? Yep.
And then you take a look at those titties.
There you go, folks.
I'm on the middle.
Yeah. I'm looking at the cows here.
Yeah, but you're looking in the stable. Go in the sun, honey.
So demanding.
You see that they are slightly smaller and they have smaller titties.
Yeah.
So, and we have 4 growth stages of them. We have the calf, the young ones, the heifer, and the cow. So you actually see them visually growing too.
Yep. They aren't produced fully grown.
The models, the base models, we bought from the
I can't remember the site we got them from.
From the artist. The models that we bought from the artists are were or have been the same as the Hofbergmann ones, because they bought them from there too, but none of them is still the way they were. Bavarian Redneck did so much remodeling, and those are not the final ones at all. So we have new animations, we have new cow sizes, and the titties and all that stuff, because they have not calved yet, so they don't have the titties yet, and
Do we have any fine male examples?
Yeah, we have some males, but they are of course not in the sun because they are. Those should be. Yeah, here you can. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see them, if they are spawning the same for you where I'm standing here.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, you see the.
Yeah,
There.
I think you can see that, folks.
This is the right one is the second stage, and the left one is the third stage, and there will be a fourth stage on top of it.
I was showing off the addition that Bavarian Redneck had made.
Yeah.
Right.
So you really see the difference, and I'm so happy about it that he really put all the time and effort into it, in making the different sizes, because it was kind of annoying that you had a calf and then a big one.
Yeah, and it's so cool that you've got, you can see within the shed the different sizes, and
Yeah. And with the animals will happen so much more with the models, with the textures, with the animations. Yeah, what we wanted to show you on this map is not possible because we have a new naming scheme of the animation, and they all get baked to the model. So you cannot even on a short notice switch them, change them in a map. You have to rebuild them in the map, and that means we cannot show you something that we wanted to show you, that is so cool, and so many people asked for years for it, and no one has done it. And yeah, we have it now, and it's really, if you are a cow loving person and love to do stuff with the cows, you will have a lot of fun with it.
I enjoy a good steak.
No, I mean player
Yeah,
wise.
yeah.
Here are also bull calves in. I'm not sure. This one is a bull, and oh yeah, with the calves you also see the difference, right? This one is a bull here. On the left, I mean they spawn differently on with you.
Yeah, don't think that's a bull.
So you can really see if it's a bull or if it's a female. So that's it's so nice. It is so nice. I really love these small details.
I think they're the thing that really help with the immersion, that you don't just have, dairy cows just produce female dairy cows, and they spawn at fully grown visually, and you can't see any difference, and there's no difference in anything, from 0 days old. They behave exactly the same. You feed them the same, they look the same, and not the case with this.
And this is why I'm so into not getting unnecessary animals in here. Of course, with the pack, there were also the rabbits and all that, other stuff.
Cats and.
But we want to focus on the main farming animals like cows, horses, sheep, goats, pigs, and chicken. Because the feeding is already so complicated, or so complex, that it will bring enough immersive gameplay to get them all done right. And randomly some wild rabbits or wild ducks. I can promise you we will have something much better.
I think.
No, not ducks.
Duck it. I think that concentrating on the core farmed animals is and particularly with the way Terralife works, is much more in keeping with Terralife Plus than adding in every animal that was in the pack.
Yeah.
You know, I
No,
don't particularly want to run a cattery, for example.
No, also no peacocks, Pete. There will be no additional animals to cows, pigs, goats, sheep, chicken, horses. Did I miss something?
Ducks?
Or
Are we?
the only additional animal type that we put in is goats.
Yeah.
So, but we have for every animal type we have female, male, 4 growth stages. Then we will have something with the already implemented new animals, a feature, 2 feature, 3, 4, a couple of features that are so amazing that we would rather have them than to not be being able or capable of using it because of some rabbits running around.
Yeah. I'm sure we can show you some pigs, Pete, if I could find where Paul has his.
No.
No. Okay.
No, because there are the piglets are outgrown at the moment. They are the same size as the adults.
Okay.
Because that was also something Timo wanted to put in the different sizes in the game, in the save game here, but he has them already on the new naming scheme,
Mm-hmm.
and it would have meant that he had to redo all animals in this map to get the piglets also in there, the intermediate sizes. And I said, no, stop it. For those 4 or 5 weeks that we only play on this map, don't do much, don't do more work that is not necessary. We will have them in the Eiffel map and goodies
Coming soon.
Yeah, because it makes no sense to put effort in stuff that is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
this map will be done anyways then in a couple of weeks when we have played the year through and have all harvested and done, and then the farm con is over, and I think when we go on to the Eiffel Alpha streams, there will be only a couple of weeks until we start with the Holzer Beta then anyway. So
okay.
And with Holzer Beta, this map is done.
Mm-hmm. I think Pete's probably interested in the pigs because he has been a pig farmer in the past. So
yeah, no, we will have the 4 growth. I think we will have the 4 growth stages. I'm not sure if we have only 3 with the pigs, because we need the big ones for the breeding pigs, and of course the piglets for when they are born.
Yeah.
And then when they are a couple of months old, they get sold already for meat. So there's no reason to have them that bigger. I think, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's all stuff that's, well, a lot of it is stuff that's still being worked through, isn't it? As to
Yeah, I mean, people have to understand that we are showing stuff that is in development. That is, you were, when we started, basically 3/4 of a year ahead of the release, and that early you normally don't get any showcases on stuff in Farm Sim at all with any team. No one does that.
you might get a few pictures.
Yeah, I'm the only one that is crazy enough to say, yeah, our community can take it, and luckily they can. So of course sometimes you have to remind them, guys, it's only alpha, but most of them just get it. For example, in the last stream or the stream before, Timo forgot to put the receive shadows at the models. They were all shiny, like they were bright in the stable. The same, for example, is here with the straw plane. I think this has the same issue.
Yeah.
Because it's very bright. But it's a stable that is on mod hub, so yeah.
Yeah, I guess it would look really weird if you filled this with adult cows.
It looked really, really weird.
Yeah.
I had this table on the Chicho map, and I was so disappointed when I put in just 2 cows. It looked so weird, and I was so hoping for it. And I think we will use this further on, but with the corrected nav mesh.
And we've got the one we show off earlier of Rainers.
Yeah, that's quite another one.
Yeah.
But this is really fitting good to the home. Oh, and the sign here also has does not receive shadow. It's also very shiny. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an issue that people often make, or a mistake that they make.
Yeah.
Forgetting about the little.
Modding's hard. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. I haven't really played with Enhanced Animal System yet or any of the Terralife stuff. I'm looking forward to using the calves and things in my new animal sheds.
Yeah.
Because I think they will fit better than full-size animals.
Of course.
So, because the buildings are quite small. So.
Yeah, the feeding will be very interesting, of course. I'm not yet sure on how hard I will make it.
Very hard.
No, it's I think it makes more sense to have a mixture that only has 2 or 3 necessary components for players who want to get into it.
Yeah.
To make it more realistic, because now we have the variation, we should make them all necessary that are in the different mixtures.
Yeah.
If you hop into the mixture wagon on the other side, you can show the recipes if you want to. It is, yeah, here it is. Oh, holy! The mixer feeder is feeding.
Where did you go?
In the Gia feeder.
Yep.
You can see the feed mixer working with Terralife, with the amount of food that they. Look at this, Castor. What did you do? Amazing.
So that
hurry up!
one,
You can see the feeder.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the mixture.
Yeah, but yeah, now you see him driving, right? Or
oh yeah,
don't you?
Yeah. The feeding robot.
Yeah, it's working with Maze Plus and with Terralife.
That's
Available on ModHub, guys.
Yeah.
So now I will hop into the. Wait, I will switch to. Give me a second.
I was just showing the
So, if you you see the standard.
Yeah, I've got the I'm close enough that I've got it up against the background of the mixer. So
okay. The next one.
That looks very much like the Maze Plus realistic, but just with a requirement for hay as well.
Yeah, you need
the realistic one always confuses people because they always think that's the hardest one to make rather than the easiest one.
Yeah, and this is what I meant. If I make it the way that you don't need everything, they don't care because they don't read anyways.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So.
And that's calf TMR. So that's got requirements for bits of everything.
Yeah, I made it that way at the moment.
And I guess getting 5 to 10% of things like mineral feed is going to be interesting.
It's quite easy because you can take single sacks from the pallets.
I guess, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And you don't need that much, so there's a small mixer wagon that you can use, and it's not that difficult. And all the pallets or the silos that Rainer built are very slow unloading because of that. So it's really not that complicated. But it's exactly what you were saying is what people are saying.
But that
it's complicated. It's too hard.
I'm coming at it from a viewpoint of maybe farming at a bigger scale as well. But
but it's quite good mirroring what people think, and this is what I just said 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
If I put a requirement on everything, they will complain. If I put a requirement only on 2 parts, they will complain because they think the realistic mixture is they have to put all in.
Yeah.
Right. And just by reading, 10 times 0, just 3 times. So it would have made it much easier. Then we got the young stock.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like that it has minimum requirements for lots of things. I have done that on a few of my series where I've customized the TMR. I've put more minimum requirements on things.
And then
another easy one, I guess. But, sort of, apart from the straw. But easy is a relative term, you know.
Yeah, and then the
performance feed
for milk cows in performance.
And I guess that one's sort of reflecting what you were saying before, in that you can get away with feeding beef cattle pretty much mostly just silage.
Correct. But if you want to have a good one, this is for the meat, for the bigger ones. So basically for the end fattening of them.
Goats?
Yes. Goats and sheep will have TMRs too, because people requested it so much. And there are they are basically the same normally, because they eat basically the same.
Yeah.
But they are in, and of course you can change, or if you want to, you can change it, but it's realistic made. Then
pig food.
Yes.
And that's, again, it looks a lot like the Maize Plus pig food.
It was, yeah. And then with you have to go to the production menu and scroll way down.
The mill?
Yeah, the grist mill.
Yeah.
Rainer will do something like the grist mill, but as a food mixture mix. Basically, we will have something like the mill for mixing for chicken or for pig food.
Yeah.
Not for the regular pig food, but for, as we have protein or meat and breed. Yeah, so that you can mix it yourself. But it will be with revamp with the productions.
Yep.
Not with the mixer wagon, I guess so.
And
when you go
just before people get too stuck in the detail, the recipes that we've been through can, could, will, probably, may change.
Yeah, and there will be, I guess, some more.
Yeah, I know what people are like. I can see people getting their notepads out now and starting to plan what they think they want to do.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's possible that we will have even more TMRs necessary because of the third kind of breeding. And I have to pee very, very, very quick. I'm back in a sec.
I would go and show you some other stuff, but I'm experiencing a lot of this as you are, because although I have access to the Terralife stuff, I haven't really dived into it yet. So So we'll just have a little wander around this very nice cowshed. And I've not played with this one yet. But yeah. That was very quick.
And there will be some little mini games, so to say, within the game. Like, for example, the calf hay.
Yep.
You can use every hay, but you have to clean it first. There will be a cleaner for the hay. Then, with the milk replacer and the milk, you have to feed them manually with the beautiful machinery, I hope.
Yep. Yeah, so there was the little milk trailer that someone made. The sound effects guy.
What?
Your milk trailer. I was just checking to see if you were still awake.
Barely.
I know the feeling. I've been up since about 3:30.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Insomnia sucks.
Oh yeah, we have the feeding lime too, no? So this is also something that where you can spice up a little bit your. Oh, and I'm here in the setting list, and I totally forget that people can't see it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So how far down am I going?
Yeah, you're too far. At the end of the grasses.
Okay. Feeding lime.
And there's the milk replacer, and
Yeah.
there is mixed silage, 2 mixed silages, 2 new silages,
Mm-hmm.
two new silages, because the other grasses have also new silages.
Yeah.
But this will be 2 mixed silages.
Yeah, because I've got all these up here as well.
And so there is so much variety that you can have fun with later on.
Yep. I don't think people are going to get bored of the fact that that you can't add this to any map. I think the maps that we have available and the variety of different things you can do will mean that there's plenty to keep people amused with Terralife Plus.
Mm-hmm. Mm. And the important stuff is, if it's out, be excited about it. Rate every map with 5 stars. Post in the Giants forum about it, because only then they will see that people want something like that, and they will put it maybe in the next base game.
Yep. Yeah, it's something that I think a lot of people forget, the going and rating mods. Because you download it, you start using it, you really like it, and then you just play with it, and you forget to go back and rate it. And that has two effects. One, it lets the mod creator know that people like it, and it also lets Giants know that people like it.
It's so important.
Mm.
It's really so important.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it is something that so many people forget.
I mean, we know what we have on our mod, so we don't need the rating for our ego. It's really basically to knock on Giants' door.
Mm.
And as I told you, Giants is at the moment not at the communication end at its best. So we need to have other people knocking on their door.
Yep.
I think it's quite important that stuff like that comes into the base game.
I think it would be very cool. I think I could see two things happening. One, I could see Terralife Light happening, like Seasons Light, if Giants got hold of it, and it being a shadow of its former self.
But it would not be a bad thing, because we would never work for Giants. That means we can increase this stuff anyways. Like Rakin got his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
Sorry, and couldn't do anything, and just had to look at it and on how it's decreased.
And I think my other point is very related in that a lot of stuff at the moment for Farm Sim 22 seems to be more aimed at simplifying rather than increasing complexity.
Yeah.
Whereas,
and why? Waving over the ocean, where you can start a farm without having an education at all. Where you can buy a gun without an education at all.
It's I think there's been a few things recently that have made me think that there's kind of an arcadification of rather than making it more of a simulator.
Yeah, look at the streams. Look at the Kermit the Frog streams.
I don't watch them.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, they don't interest me.
That's what I meant. That's exactly what I meant. Not to get personal to anybody. No front here, but it's really just yeah.
Yeah. No, I've not watched any of them because I'm very picky about what I watch, and so far none of them have been.
I mean, taking money from German institutes and science projects in implementing stuff, but on the other hand, simplifying everything for another community. It says everything you need to know.
Yep.
So I'm not that naive that I mean, it's all around the money. And yeah.
And I think on that bombshell, unless we have anything else interesting to show, I am going to wrap things up.
That terrible disappointment.
Well, I can make me naked.
Let's not do that.
No.
I'm going to look the other way.
Wrong answer. You should have said it's not possible with the wardrobe because it's FSK 0. There's no tiny bikini.
No. Until someone does silly things.
No, but it's really that why sometimes we really cancel or jump over a streaming day of Farm Sim English stream. Last time was because we broke basically our save game. We had so many issues in the game, in the save game.
Yeah.
And we were searching with 10 or 12 people for over a week. And at the end, it was just a camel toe case that someone re-implemented sugarcane in the map. And Giants says sugar, big C, ain. And he just wrote sugarcane in one size. Yeah, and that overthrew everything.
Yeah.
That even the crop didn't load properly, and so this is why it's so important on how you write stuff and that you check and test stuff in a zipped file, not just.
Yeah. And the time before that, I was broken. So.
I think the other day we were broken too on both at the same time, I think.
Yeah, but we'll go with the game being more broken.
Oh.
So. Cool.
Yeah, and this is I mean, I think when we are 14 days ahead, I think it should be possible that next week should the English stream happen, because when we need, or when we make this week for upsetting the save game. I think right now, how far are you in?
I'm basically done with everything building and stuff.
So we could then go to wait.
Anyway,
We could just I want to make the close up for you
Okay.
basically. So we could go to the 4th or the 5th of February, so that we can play starting Sunday regularly, and that means then would be work there, so that you can do the English stream next week within playing. So it could be a regular stream then. This is just what I wanted to spoil for your audience, that that they can expect us, hopefully without my grain, but
Yep.
then playing and actually seeing stuff.
Actually doing
Because
things.
highest priority from this safe game at the moment is we have to check the impact of the growing or of the more crops and the more spawned animals at the moment. This is the main topic of this safe at the moment. So we have to go very quick through the year, so to say.
Yeah.
That means that we can be even much more people on next Thursday in the stream.
And if you want help during the week before, as long as you don't need me to talk, then just chow.
I will do.
And I can turn up as a farmhand.
That would be nice.
Crash some tractors for you.
That wouldn't be so nice.
It would be interesting because I would be testing it running on my laptop then as well.
You saw the bucket, right?
Yeah.
I have to sell 2 million liters of wheat. You can deliver it by bucket to the mill if you're not behaving.
I'm washing my hair that day.
You can do it in between.
It takes me a very long time to wash my hair. I have to go and find it first.
Yeah, I know. So you don't find it by sitting around.
Cool. Okay, so hopefully next week we will be doing something involving not us two just wandering around chatting. And,
I hope.
Rainer playing sound effects.
I hope.
Cool. It's been interesting. It's been challenging.
It's so nice. It's really so nice.
And we will hopefully see more of you next week.
That's loud.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.